Alright. God, that was a long elevator ride. Yeah, I know. Shh. Hold up. Are any of you bit by chance? Or have any, life-threatening wounds towards anywhere part of your body? No, none of us are. At least not. At least any of us right now. How many of you are there? There's 13 of us. Well, you could probably tell how many of us there are. There's 7 of us here. Alright. My name's Rick. This is my group right here. Rick. Name's Jonathan. John. Wait. You look really familiar. That's because you should recognize me. After all, I am the Vice President of the United States. Wait, what? Hold up. You're the Vice President of the United States? Yeah. It's a long story. Why don't you come over there and we'll explain everything. Alright, so why don't you give us a rundown of what's been going on here? Well, let's just say that society is well screwed at this point. What makes you say that? Before all natural communication around the world / government shut down, we were mostly getting our reports through there, at least until they shut down. But one of the things that we know of is that our planet is well gone at this point. A lot of big states have fallen. Some countries and a few other things have fallen pretty much. This is probably one of the last governmental buildings that's still relatively in operation, at least in this part of the world. God. If you're wondering why I'm here, shouldn't I be in a bunker? After all, I may not be the real president. I may be just the vice president, or the vice president. But you see, the president used to be here. He was. What happened to him? He couldn't handle the stress, and after everything fell apart, the military abandoned. It's. I probably should explain what was going on here first in order, I guess. So after all natural communications cut it out, we were just holding our own here until the government can figure out what to do. The military was keeping us pretty safe. Most of the military in the area that were at bases that were getting overrun, they came here first. Any surviving people from any National Guard station or base came here. And things were getting bad, though. More and more, the undead were being drawn out to the desert, given how many people were being evacuated to it, and how many people were being sent to these bases. And as they got overrun and most of the people died, it got so bad that the military was having trouble keeping the courtyards safe. We had people sent out there, and every day someone get killed. We were burning through our ammunition like wildfire. People were dropping like flies. It was a nightmare. I don't even want to talk about what happened in the hallways at this place. Let's just say a lot of people that died here weren't killed by the zombies. Let's just say a lot of them may have, and one of those people who was, ended it for themselves was the president. Holy bricks. That's God. The president did that to himself. What? How'd you guys even stay in operation? Operation? More like, how did we even survive? Once the president was dead, the military was getting tired of protecting us, so they abandoned this place straight up. Whatever few military that was left them like, left this place. They were leaving in drones, man. Worst of all, the last group of military that left here broke into our armory, took everything we had, most of our food, and left. Whatever food we had left was locked in the freezer, which it took us a month to break into so we can get more food. And by then, most of that food had expired. We're down to some of our last food, probably. We still have enough food to survive like a year, but this place was stocked to have at least 40 years worth of food. Now we're down to probably at least a year's worth. But that's for when all the people that are at this place are here. Because there's only 7 of us here, it was going pretty well for food. We actually just brought some out. Well, do you think we can have some? We're starving, man. We haven't eaten in a day. Well, given our current situation, and given that you people seem to have gone through a lot, it's probably the least we can do for our fellow man. So, and we can finish talking about things while there. So, who's hungry? This stuff is good. Hey, these potatoes are fresh. When do you guys have fresh potatoes? Yeah, and we have an indoor greenhouse thing. It works out well enough. So, you haven't told me any of your group's names besides you, Rick. Oh, well, my apologies. This is my wife, Lori. And this is Tyrese, and that over there, that girl, that's his sister, Sasha. They recently just joined us. Actually, they're the reason we're actually here right now. They told us that they were heading here, so... And like a day ago, they met us on the road. And we decided to go with them. And so far, it seems like that was the smartest idea we've made so far. And that's Alex. She's the girlfriend of Steve over there. He's my brother. That's Jackie, and that's Raptor, one of my friends. The military dude that looks similar to one of your soldiers right there. That's Alan. Of course, that's Tyrese's sister. And the dude in the without the hands. Well, that's Billy. Yeah. You sure got a lot of people with you. Oh, and the other 3 over there who aren't eating because they don't feel like eating. That's Puppet and her husband, Enderman. And then that's Chica. That's her group. They already know you. Yeah. You already know me. The villager over there, we don't understand him. He doesn't really have a name. He speaks a different language. I never was able to take history class. Or language class. So none of us really here know to speak his language besides Eugene. But Eugene says that he hasn't really told him his name. The girl right there, that our sniper / our military commander here, that's Andrea. And that's Eugene, the dude in the blue shirt. He actually was a high school teacher before this. The dude with the long hair who's also a little fat, that's Axel. He's one of our newcomers. The other 2 are Bob and Gerald. Some of our few military soldiers left. Them and Andrea are, actually the last of our military soldiers. Everyone that stayed here, you saw their remains out in the courtyard. Yeah, whoever was in here was out there, and they got slaughtered. Oh. Yeah, that's everyone here. Pretty much. There's no one else here. This is all that's left. Most of us here have been here since the start. We were at least governmental people or soldiers. Only some of us here are actually non-military. And those are Eugene and the villager dude. Eugene was a high school teacher, like I said. Axel over there is our doctor. He's pretty much the best doctor we have yet left. The other 2 are, of course, military soldiers. How about you guys? Well, where are you guys before the apocalypse? It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. Last time we had a conversation, well, from what everyone's told me, the last time we had a conversation talking about what we did before all this, we were swarmed and 3 of our friends got slaughtered. God. How many people have you lost? I don't know. We've lost so many. Maybe 10 at least. Yesterday, well, 2 days ago, we lost my brother. His name was Shane. He was part of the military. I don't know anyone named Shane in the military. I wasn't really too. I didn't really dive too much into the military. Maybe I met him. I don't know. Yeah. After everyone died, it's a long story. All you need to know is that when we were out here, he was pretending that all those military bases weren't overrun. He was crazy. He didn't want us to lose hope that we would have no chance of survival, so he lied. Eventually, his lie went so far that it got 3 of our friends killed. Like I said before. I was lashing out at him about it since I found out everything, and now looking back on it, I wish I didn't. He went crazy. He ran off. I followed him alone, and he pulled a gun on me. He was shouting nonsense at me, saying things like how if I go back there and let them know any more that I figured out, and then he told me that everything would be over. He was going to pretend I was bit by a zombie so he could justify why he shot me. Or justify why I wouldn't have came back with him. I guess he was hoping that a zombie might come across us after he shot me and would bite me, just so he can make the story sound true. But he was killed. We all know who it was, but for his sake, I'm not going to say anything. Steve, where are you going? I'm just gonna go get some more food. I just want something different. Probably shouldn't say anything. So, well, let's just continue eating. We'll talk more about it later. Alright. If y'all follow me this way, don't mind this pipe right here. But if y'all follow me, this is where the rooms are. So there's a lot of rooms, although a lot of them are not what I would call bedrooms. You see, this place is not fully powered. Well, in order to keep power relatively staying here, we've had to close off some areas, which sometimes we only do that because they're kind of becoming overrun from, well, all the people that, well, you know, that we said earlier that they did to themselves when everything started falling apart. And because we never were able to take their bodies out in time, they came back. Or were we able to shoot them in the head? It was really before we knew anyone could just come back from dying. That's understandable. But yeah, so you guys can split your rooms up. Most of them are are just closets. We've been able to put beds in them. Don't feel insecure. Don't worry. Don't make yourselves think that we're sleeping in better rooms. Trust me, some of us have been sleeping in broom closets. But this area right here has relatively the same luxury of beds we've been sleeping in. I can't thank you enough, Jonathan. Don't thank me. Just thank the Lord that you were able to get here. Alright, so we should probably split up into rooms, just so we're not taking too much space, you know. In case other people find this place, we don't want to have people already set up in rooms. And if anyone finds this place, they don't have anywhere to sleep. So, some of us are going to be bunking up with each other. Ooh. Me and Chica could stay in the same room. I don't mind sleeping next to Chica. Of course I'm stuck with the Velociraptor. Well, you might as well. I am related to you. If I was an actual chicken. Close enough. Well, Enderman and I are definitely staying in the same room as each other. Well, I wasn't even gonna say anything about you two sleep in the same room. Me and Steve will as well. We'll stay in the same room. Yeah, we'll stay. Yeah. Me and Sasha will stay in the same room, Rick. Alright? At least me and Lloyd will stay in the same room. So I guess it's just Billy, and I guess Billy and, So, I mean, if you three don't mind staying in the same room as each other, do you? Nah, me, Alan, and Jackie don't mind. Alright, that's settled. So, looks like we're going to be splitting up into 6 rooms. If that ends up becoming, if that's too many rooms we're taking, we could still bunk a few people up. Maybe Raptor, and some of us can just bunk up with each other. Alright? But these rooms should be big enough for at least, for 3 of us at least to stay in at a time. So, you 3 should be alright. Alright, let's get into our rooms. It's getting dark. Alright. Good night, Rick. Good night, Tyrese. Good night, Steve. And everyone else. Alright, let's get to our rooms, honey. Alright. Oof, sorry. Alright. Brother? Yeah, Sasha? Do you mind if I go, exploring for a bit, you know? Might as well. Take in the, area. Alright. I think I'm gonna be doing the same. Alright, Alan. After all, might as well go do something. Alright, I'll get our rooms set up, Sasha. Alright. Come on, everyone. Let's get into our rooms. This is nice, boy. Finally sleeping in a bed instead of sleeping on the floor. Yeah, I know it may be a tight room, but it's better than nothing. You're right. What do you think we'll be able to do, Rick? I don't know. I mean, now that we got this place, we can start a life here. We can rebuild, do everything over again. Make a life for ourselves. Maybe this is when we can have, well, when we can have kids, maybe. I don't know. This place seems to be working out, but I don't want to get our hopes up too much. I know, but maybe once we're settled in this place, maybe we can start thinking about that. And I guess we could. I mean, with this place now, they gotta have some. I saw there was some guns left out there. If we can grab some of them, maybe we can go to those other National Guard station or, well, military bases. Clear them out, take what was left there, bring them back here. With as many of them in the area, that should be pretty easy to do. And if there's too many of them, we can just go to one, we can just lure them out of the military bases, and then have people go in there, take the supplies, go. We can make a life here. Besides, with their greenhouse that they have, we can grow food. Maybe once we have enough people, we could clear out the courtyard, maybe build some sort of gate, upgrade the fences, and maybe start using the outer courtyard as a living area. We could build a life here. We sure can. Wow. I think this is the first time I'm gonna be going to sleep without the thought of dying. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to Jonathan about it later, once we get more settled in. Then I'll start talking to him about what we could do in terms of, well, building a new life in this wasteland. Yeah. Rick? Yeah. Do you think we'll ever be able to fully get things back to normal? I don't know. Sasha, where are you? It's getting late. You better not fall asleep somewhere. If not, I'm gonna drag you back to our room. It's not nice to just sleep in random places. We have an assigned room. It's just for now. Maybe Maybe then we can start having our own rooms. Or maybe we can drag another bed in there so you don't sleep on the same bed as me. Come on. Sasha. Sasha. Dang it, this isn't funny. Where are you? Huh? What the heck? Oh, Tyrese. What the heck are you doing, Alan? Tyrese, I didn't want you to. Tyrese, what are you two doing? I'm just gonna go. You go, Alan. Sasha, we need to talk. What, Tyrese? What do we need to talk about? What the heck are you doing? You better not have you two better not have done what I think you two were gonna do. And what was that? You know what I mean. You can't be doing that, especially in this world we're in. Do you not realize how big of a problem this is? Do you want to get pregnant? Do you really do? Tyrese, you're overreacting. Alan and I were just making out. That's all. Yeah, sure, that's what it looked like. I'm old enough to do whatever I want, Tyrese. Besides, what does it matter? Look at where we are right now. We're in a safe place. What does it matter if I do? Do you not realize how dangerous that would be for us? What if this place doesn't work out? What if it isn't? Then what was the point of us coming here, huh? You said we were coming here so we can make a life for ourselves. And so far, it doesn't seem like that. It seems like you're not acting like we can't. I'm not saying we can't. I'm just saying that we should be smart about how we're doing things. Yeah, whatever you say. Just keep your hands to yourself. Better be back soon. God, what am I gonna do with you? Wait up. I'm coming. Better be.